Hello people, I just really want to do this video because I'm pretty much shocked and stunned how EB Games is just ripping, basically, practically ripping everybody off with their video game prices. You know, it's pretty disgusting how high their prices are. Like, well, I'm about to buy God of War Ragnarok next week, and I'm not buying from there. No way. No Jose. Because they sell God of War Ragnarok in their place for $125 fucking dollars. Like, that is really fucking expensive, man. That is really expensive. That is expensive for a game. And like, I used to remember before EB Games even came here, like I used to go to Game Wizard back in the days, and they used to sell like games for cheap. Like, to even buy a brand new game, back in them days was kind of cheap. But I used to go other places else, like, well, when I that's a good example. Um, I actually brought Red Dead Redemption, the first one, for $78 in Big W, and how much was? I think this is around about the time when EB Games was starting to come into this country. Um, they wanted me to buy Red Dead for $130, and like I kind of like what? Because I was doing work for my mum, saving up money for this game. I've been waiting to get for a long time, and I finally brought it. You know, back in them days, like for $78, kind of a bargain in a way. Um, this has been more or less a pattern with EB Games. You know, it's been a pattern. For them ripping off people, the people in this country, Australia, like for buying games. Like, Big W, right, is selling God of War Ragnarok. Well, if we didn't have these inflations, right, it would have been like for like, I don't know, probably $80, probably. I would have brought it still anyway. Um, it, it would have cost $80 if the inflations didn't even existed, but with the inflations, it's about 100. Just sorry, rephrase, $95, and that's a bit kind of reasonable in a way, because you have to account with the stupid, you know, the fucking the inflations and shit, bringing up all the prices and everything else, and that's fucked up. Um, and It's pretty disgusting how EB Games can just rise their prices up on their games, like especially especially when I went in there, right, like, and looking at like new games, right, like newer games, like, no, sorry, not new games, rephrase that, we rewind that back. um when I was like still oh no, sorry, when I went into an EB game store, right, and actually looked at like PlayStation games, like only on PlayStation games, like Ratchet and Clank, Miles Morales, and like other games too. Like it's based on the PS4 platform. Didn't really check the Xbox ones because I need to get an Xbox console. Um, when I went in there, right, like Ratchet and Clank and Miles Morales, like been out for a year now. They've been out for a year for a whole year now. They and people have been playing it. This is around about the time I didn't have my PS5. Um, and when I walked into an EB game store and I said to one of the store staff, the staff in the store, and I said, like, this game has been out for a whole year now, and you still having it for $125, and like it's not even considered as a brand new game. Like I was like, the game I'm talking about is Ratchet and Clank, and not just Ratchet and Clank, fucking fucking Miles Morales and a lot of other their games too, like all their, and there were a couple of other brand new games I was like looking at and doing my research, like going into different stores to just price games and everything else. It's just like EB Games has been known to rip off people. They've been known to rip off, scalpel their prices. Scalp like they're scalpers. They're scalpers. They're more worse than the scalpers were taking the fucking PS5s in a way, and they always like to rise their fucking prices up on their games. If we didn't have these inflations, right? Like I would have go to another store and I am going to another store to get God of War Ragnarok. If I went to like Big W for it, I would have got it for like like $89 brand new, because with all the inflation is going on in the world and it's bullshit. That's the place I would go to get brand new games, like literally brand new games. Like that's how much a brand new game is in like Big W, I should say, and it's more cheaper to buy a game in Big W. What is like sorry, how expensive it is to go into like a an EB game store. Like how expensive it's just to go into that store. It's like you're basically giving a like 250s and a 10 and a 5 and a couple of cents, and that's a rip off, man. That's how much. That's like your food money there, and that's like really taking the meat out of your money, in a way. It's really disgusting, and I've been noticing this for a long time with EB Games and how they run and how they work and everything else and everything else. Don't really want to get into that. Like it's complete dog shit garbage how they can just rise their prices up. Cause no, we're an expensive store. We're an expensive store. That's how they think. That's how they think. They don't, and they always say, "Oh, we always have reasonable prices and everything else," but that's all bullshit. Um, Only when they have like a good day and they can sell like games for like cheap, like buy one and get one free and everything else. But like for like buying a brand new game, it's just been released. It's like taking an arm and a leg or your heart or your kidney and your chest. It's like it's not worth it, going into EB Games and just like buying a game in there. it's complete, utterly, you know, shit. Like, I never brought. Well, I think the last game I brought from EB Games was fucking Far Cry New Dawn, and that's when that shit happened. And yeah, like I just never brought from EB Games ever again. You know what I normally buy? You know where I normally go to buy video games? Like, I got God of War. Oh no, sorry, not God of War. I got um. Let me see what the time is on that. 10 minutes. I got Assassin's Creed Valhalla at a Hawk shop, brand new, still in its wrapper, for like $20 damn. $20 damn. The guy was a godsend putting it at that price. Like, it was brand new and everything else. He would have put it up to, like, whatever. But I brought like a lot of cheap games from. I brought probably that many games from him, 2 games, since like I've been buying from his store, like movies and everything else. Like, I buy like movies for like $5 there, and Ultra HD movies. I actually brought, I think, 3 brand new movies, like Ultra HD movies. I brought Christine. That was a brand new copy. Oh, but I don't know all the other ones. I brought them. They're all in their wrappers, and I actually brought them for like $10 each. That's like $30 each, like for all 3 of them. And I brought a couple of DVDs and everything else. And yeah, like EB Games, they are scalpers, man. They're a rip off. Like, probably the only time I probably go in there is to get a new controller or something like that, or go to another store and get a new controller. But I don't go there to buy games, like brand new copies of video games these days. Like I used to, but I don't no more. For all the, like, shit they put me through. Um, yeah, like, yeah, that's what I would just want to let out, because EB Games is basically ripping people off. And yeah, like, even that too. I want to put that into the story too. Even when I looked into like JB High's store, they're even kind of ripping you off. Like, it's about $99. It's nearly up there with the category with EB Games and how they rip off people. And the only ones that are not doing harm to your wallet is kind of not doing harm to your wallet is, you know, Big W. Like, the thing is, right, for me, like, if I wanted to go and get a brand new game, the only people and the only store and the only business brand and never let me down for getting a brand new game for a lower price is Big W. They haven't let me down for a long time. Like, I brought a lot of brand new copies of video games in the past before, like PlayStation FreeWise back in the days. They haven't let me down ever once, and I'm pretty much grateful. Well, just wanted to say that. And yep, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope I talk to you guys again. See you, bye, God bless.